All right, we in business.
With impeccable interior details, a range of up to 324 miles, panoramic moonroof for every shade of luxury. It's 100% electric and
stood at the center of Olmec society and trade. As this first civilization had an economy based primarily on agriculture, they would not trade for food with other groups. Instead, archaeologists have discovered things that the Olmec would not have made in the digs in the land that they controlled. Some of these included jade figurines and obsidian blades. It also made sense that the Olmec would trade for fruits and cocoa, which they undoubtedly enjoyed drinking hot like the later Maya. The luxury goods created by the Olmec themselves, such as pottery, small humanoid figurines, and natural items like parrot feathers and jaguar skins, undoubtedly fetched a high price. Whenever trade exists, so too does the spread of cultural ideas and art styles. This is one predominant way that archaeologists and historians unravel the mystery of Mesoamerican trade. When they find something obviously made by an Olmec potter, for example, far south in what will become the cradle of Mayan growth, they can see the extent of the trade routes. Research conducted around 2008 showed evidence of the Olmec people creating an ancient form of asphalt. Mixing together these naturally occurring materials with various plant fibers and exposing it to heat, they developed a very useful waterproof coating for boats and other sorts of high-value material to trade with other people in the region. Interesting debate about Olmec pottery arose when scientists used more precise mineral examination to examine where the clay came from 4 pieces found throughout Mesoamerica. Pottery is frequently one of the most studied artifacts because it's obviously made by human hands. Although a carved stone has human beginnings, of course, the actual stone itself cannot be specifically identified internally. Clay, on the other hand, is intrinsically chosen and shaped by evolutionary nature.
Now I got a little
One
tray.
type of analysis indicates that most of the clay pottery in the entire region came from the Olmec lands. Another type that focused on the geology of the sand and rock particles added to temper the pieces indicated that it came from various places and ended up in the main city. While these in-depth studies may indicate different types of trade and cultural spread, the truth remains shrouded in mystery. Geological evidence of how the Olmec lived. The natural resources available in the area give an indication of how their cities would look. Archaeological digs in the cities listed above have found unique structures, buildings, and statues that allow people today to peer back through time and attempt to unravel the mysteries that surround this early group. Since all of this occurred so long ago, undoubtedly many secrets have been lost to the ages. What remains gives a very enigmatic look into a group of people who achieved high degrees of success and then vanished quite quickly for no apparent reason. In a large city in San Lorenzo, evidence of structures shaped like large mounds were found. These man-made structures did not appear to have any formal construction or even entryways in some cases. However, they did discover drains running through them formed by hand-carved basalt. General idea that currently exists in most traditional historians' minds associates these mounds with nearby Mayan pyramids. However, since the Olmec people existed many years before the latter were built, they succumbed to more erosion from the volatile weather in the area. Other interesting finds within these ancient cities include the outline of an entire complex of both rectangular and round structures. These included what appeared to be religious buildings, a red palace, perhaps storage buildings, and fields for ceremonial ball games. These were played with rubber balls that share the name with the people, according to the Aztec record. Unique city design choices align with the stars. Besides the impressive appearance and size of these ancient city layouts, one of the great mysteries that surrounds them has to do with their configuration and alignment. The Olmec created what is generally considered to be the first pyramid in what is now Central America. The buildings at Cantona and at La Venta City are laid out in a very neat grid. Also, this grid follows a rather precise north to south alignment. Why this was done specifically is a mystery lost to the sands of time. However, it's quite common among ancient civilizations. For example, the ancient Egyptians aligned their pyramids with astronomical bodies and directional poles. What is now called San Lorenzo represents one of the most essential archaeological sites in Mesoamerica. This sprawling city represents much of what people today know about how the Olmec lived and what they valued. The city itself laid approximately 38 miles inland from the Gulf of Mexico. While this may seem like it's too far removed from the source of undoubtedly much of their food and potential coastline trade routes, the city had something much more important: fresh water. The geography of the area has changed in the millennia since the Olmec lived there, and the course of the Coatzacoalcos River has changed its course, San Lorenzo would have originally stood on an island in its center. Its high ridges, the island would have protected the city quite effectively from both floods and invasion. Generally, however, although some conflicts usually arise between multiple civilizations in the same area, there was no real evidence of battles or sieges. Itself underwent various incarnations over hundreds of years and with different groups of Olmec people. It even stood vacant for quite a while, around 500 BCE. Some new buildings and a ball court were added in later years, but nothing was done to maintain its former glory. Archaeologists found evidence of a main city structure, several nearby villages or clusters of farmer homes, and many statues and other artifacts. They even discovered evidence of aqueducts to transport fresh river water into the city's most high-class areas, to fill artificial pools, and the unique Monument 9, which is well-shaped like a duck. Since the Mesoamerican area is so hot and humid, no soft furnishings, leather, or other degradable items have ever been found. Lorenzo and the surrounding area, however, the stonework still stands as evidence of the grandeur of their civilization. Some was built with very large stones, transported down the river from mines in the mountains, while others were constructed of carefully fitted, smaller stones. And religion give clues about Olmec. Much of what's remained of the Olmec civilization over the years gives most information about their religion, the pantheon of gods and goddesses, and
Feels weird. Picking it up. The legacy of that shield is complicated,
Eating some
to say the least.
some pre-made sushi
Destroyed. This world is ours.
from the grocery store. Didn't go to like a real legit sushi bar for this, but oh well. When you want sushi, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Anybody tell me I can't fight for it? Now streaming on Disney Plus, and upgrade to the Disney bundles for even more.
Now we gotta start it up. Turn around and shake it up. All that I can
So I'm putting ginger
practices that affect
wasabi,
their everyday lives.
and soy sauce on it.
These take the form of artwork, which is mostly stone statuary, and some
yeah.
later records. The Aztec, Mayan, and even Spanish explorers and conquistadors shared information about the religious practices they found when they arrived in Mesoamerica. Archaeologists have found coded records of their gods and goddesses and how they practiced religion in general. While there is an indication that they had priests who were quite influential and important to everyday life, the records do not give enough specific information to create a complete picture of what they did. From a medical standpoint, it seemed obvious that a ruling family appointed members to go out and control various agricultural villages that surrounded the main city. This was especially noticeable in the San Lorenzo area.
San
Due to
Lorenzo.
the configuration of this and other city areas, and through understanding the later Aztec and Mayan groups,
Well, I brought
the
my own
Olmec
ginger up here
class
because
was
normally
undoubtedly quite
they never have
powerful as
enough
well.
ginger or wasabi in these
Besides the
little
massive stone heads that
in these little
obviously
meal
depicted
packs.
kings,
But this
due to
time,
their jaguar
surprisingly,
headdresses,
I have
much of the
extra
other
ginger
art
and
artifacts
wasabi left over.
discovered in the region focused on religious
That normally
beliefs
doesn't happen.
and those who could speak to the gods.
I said I normally eat all the fucking ginger and wasabi like on the first 2-3
Of
pieces.
Olmec religious beliefs and practices. Olmec people worship. They believed in a sky-based home to the gods, an underworld, and the ability of special priests or shamans to act as intermediaries between the gods and the people. With many early religions, the multiple gods and goddesses that the people who lived in this part of Mesoamerica believed in were shown using interesting combinations of humanoid and animal figures. Their focus on the cosmos helped them create a precursor to the famous Mayan calendar, too. Religious rituals focus on agriculture, and in the early civilizations stressed the importance of various land features as well. The Olmec people's religion could partially be described as a fertility cult. Other things that seem to be important to the practice of their spiritual beliefs included nearby caves in the mountainsides, games played with rubber balls, pyramidal structures, and highly polished stones that acted as mirrors for light and reflection. Some evidence that poison toad-induced hallucinations, due to the bones of those species found at ceremonial sites, also played a role in the shaman's communication with the gods. Looking back through thousands of years, however, leave modern people unsure of when or where this concept began. The unique deities. Some of the information about these deities came directly from artwork and images found in association with the ancient Olmec culture. Others were recorded in Aztec or Mayan cultural records in reference to their neighbors' beliefs. Instead of specific names, they're generally referred to with descriptions as the water god, banded eye god, maze god, were-jaguar, Olmec dragon, bird monster, fish monster, and feathered serpent. Vague ideas about the dragon's mouth, symbolized by cave entrances and footprints of what could have been temples, give only limited information to go on when historians focus specifically on the Olmec. The overall Mesoamerican group shared most belief systems, with only a few deviations, however. Animals played an important role. Most relatively primitive civilizations from millennia ago had a nearly spiritual relationship with the animals that lived around them. For the Olmec, some of these included eagles, jaguars, caiman, sharks, and snakes. These are things that they would have come across on a regular basis and undoubtedly believed to have considerable power. Just as the ancient Egyptians had falcons and jackals represented in their gods and goddesses, the Olmec had unique holy combinations. A human jaguar may have been representative of their primary god that had power over all the others. Statues of these have been discovered in situations that depict their unique power. Other information about their belief systems include a dragon-like creature that lived in the sky, and a collection of numbered gods that did not particularly have names. The dragon there is a very similar in appearance to Quetzalcoatl, who was revered by the Aztec in later years. Of course, since there are not any written documents telling stories or listing prayers that people used to worship these deities, they may have had names that are now lost to history. Stone head statues. Also, historians believe the stone heads that the Olmec civilization was so famous for depicting kings instead of deities. Something about them has still resonated with the religious, undoubtedly practiced at the time. The general Mesoamerican belief systems stated that the spirit, emotions, and mind of an individual existed solely in their head. This is mimicked in the Aztec belief later of the Tonali's location in the body. This term is used for a life force or spirit that the gods gave an individual before they were born.
There's this, or this.
Ceremonial ball playing. If anyone has ever seen the Disney movie El Dorado, they have a good indication of how the ancient Mesoamerican ball game was played. The players were into a walled field or pit with stone rings attached up high on each wall. Using a rubber ball, they would kick, hit, and bump the ball into the rings to score. In the children's movie, the main characters had some fun and provided a few laughs. Genuine Olmec and later Aztec and Mayan cultures, the ceremonial ball game was deadly serious. In fact, it may have been one of the ways that the
investment, cause it can get ugly quick, baby. We ain't make
Yo, what's good? I'm just trying to chill in the studio while I smoke real quick. I got the Instagram live going too, but nobody's on Insta right now. I'm gonna see how this works out for the next couple minutes. Just like sharing my studio with people. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's good? What up, bro? Just chilling in the studio today, man. Trying to show y'all what I'm working on. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too big. Just got this this commission right here. Been trying to hit this thing hard for the last couple weeks, 2 weeks. I think I might be on week 3 now. I can't remember. I gotta look back at the messages and see like what day I really got this commission. Well, I think I'm on week 3 already, but that's still not a long time considering I'm working on 2 commissions at once. You can't see the other one, but there's another canvas behind this one, and I already got the underpainting done on it, so it's moving along nicely. Moving along nicely, you know. I guess nobody from the interweb wants to hang in the studio for a little while. It's all good though. I'm really excited about getting this piece done. I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I want to kind of see how it looks when it wraps up. There's a few things in the foliage I might have to go back and do. I'm really not trying to keep messing with the leaves and trees in the background, but three little spots that I might try to go back and hype up a little bit. Make sure it look good. But at the same time, I don't want the background to be so detailed and so like, oh wow, that it takes away from like the main focal point of the piece. I mean, the background looks good. It's just supposed to frame them. It's not supposed to be like the eye catcher. All right, Instagram, y'all disappointed me today. I know it's Sunday, but I'm out, bitches. I'm out. Nobody want to do Instagram. I doubt if anybody would do Facebook either. I say just chilling for me. What's good, bro? I got that super sour OG on deck. How your weekend making out for you? Cause my weekend is it's going. You know, it's going. But you know, we gotta make it do what it do. Gotta make it do what it do. Like I said, I tried to stream on social media. Trying to stream on social media from the phone, but my Instagram and my Facebook looking pretty dry. Looking pretty dry right now. I ain't gonna complain. everybody just chilling, having an easy ass Sunday. Mr. Huck, how's it going, buddy? How you been doing, man? I seen that major traffic jam you guys had. That's crazy. The amount of cars that just get backed up on one residential street. It's, I don't know. Happy I don't have those problems. Man, I'm working on a commission right now. Oh, let's see. It's a 30 by 40. Ruby, what's up, man? So I'm trying to do the background right now. I feel like I'm trying to finish up the whole background, and then I'll start working on the three figures in the front. But you can see, like, excuse me. This is where I'm at right here. So this is still all underpainting. There's like no details here or no details there. But you can see I already like detailed this railing here, and I detailed that railing, and trying to get the picket or the post detail coming down. So now I just have to do like this railing here and this picket, and then both sets of railings will be done, and then I'll detail this little patch of leaves some more. Probably add a little more to this little patch of leaves under there, and then after that I'll work on these plank boards or whatever that make the little bridge they're standing on. And once I do that, I think that'll be like most of the background is done. There's like one or two things in the foliage in the trees that I might try to hype up, but other than that, I'll just keep everything as is. So like I said, just working on this set of banisters, working on the bridge itself, and then we'll go back and start detailing the face, adding more details to the hair, the face. His sweater actually has like a little logo on there. So we'll have to add all of that. Her dress is like this really thick knitted quilted type thing. So we'll have to add all those little like individual knit details into her dress. And she has this one lock of hair that comes over her shoulder, and then all the highlights here and there. And so after I do all the details for the dress, then I'll detail the hair coming over. And I don't know, it's just mostly, they're all wearing white for the most part, so that should be kind of easy. This is just the underpainting up here, but I think even the underpainting on the pants don't look too bad. So I'll just come back and touch up in some spots where I messed it up with the background, detail the laces and highlights on the shoes, and then this piece is done. You know, it's done. Like I said, I was pretty lucky to get these commissions right before the end of the year. I kind of needed that around my year out. So this gentleman has me doing this of his beautiful family. And then there's one more. It's just him and his son. And so I already got that underpainting done. So as soon as I finish this piece, then I'll start detailing that one. And hopefully I should be able to get finished with these before the end of the year is my goal, because I have a lot of my own stuff I need to work on, and I was like right in the middle of two of my own personal projects. My bad guys, I'm talking to Facebook. I'll be right back. I'm actually on YouTube live right now. if you guys want to check out my YouTube channel. Or I could just put the Facebook up here with the YouTube at the same time. No. But yeah, so I was in full swing on 2 pieces for myself, just working on 2 personal pieces when I got these 2 big commissions, and I'm like, dang. And the yellow one with the the one with the yellow background, like I was having so much fun doing it. So I'm working on 2 paintings, but that one right there is like really fun because the shirt that the girl is wearing is like has this really cool African print on it, and so I was just having a lot of fun doing that. And then I got these commissions, and it's like, dang. But these are some pretty good photos, and at the same time, there was no price haggling or anything like that. I gave him a price. He was like, fine, let's go. And so it's like a nice little contract right there without a lot of like back and forth and all this other stuff. So I was happy that I I was asked to create some more art. It's always sad when I gotta put my own stuff down and work on somebody else's stuff, but it's always awesome when somebody just reaches out and says, hey, out of all the artists in the world that I could ask to do this, I'm asking you to do it, and I'll pay you for it. So all of my commissions mean a lot to me, honestly. I have like this. I refuse to give up these sweatpants, but they're starting to fall apart. I got like some burn holes in them, and they're just like getting bigger, but they fit so well. All right, but yeah, I just was I'm not talking to YouTube directly right now. I'm talking to Facebook. Once again, if you guys want to chill in the studio for a little while, I am currently live on YouTube. I don't normally save we are on air, and I don't normally save my social media live streams. So if I stream on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, like I don't save these. But I will be in the studio for like another couple hours. So if you guys are really bored and you don't have anything to do and you want to just chill and check out some art, definitely just go to my YouTube channel. And we'll be in here for a while. I'll get Facebook like up close to the other projects. So this is the other commission. A father and his Lion King son in a field of sunflowers. So beautiful. I'm actually really excited to do this shirt on here too. Like these shirts have all these cool patterns. And like I like the challenge of that and trying to make that camouflage like stand out and look real. So this is the other commission that I'm working on. This is a personal piece of mine that's in addition to this series here. And this is in addition to another series as well. So, just constantly trying to, make that art. Alright, well, I appreciate everybody popping into the Facebook Live. Thank you for joining. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace. I really should have streamed live from my art page. Andrew, the yellow, right? That's the one, right? Five years ago or some shit like that. Like 6 years ago. And so I currently have the first installment to this series is currently on display at my local museum. But this one is larger, I think. Or no, it might be the same size. But this is part 2 to the series. It's only taken me like 6 years to get to this. Because I knew it was a good idea, and it is like one of the most talked about pieces at the museum right now. But I just had it on pause for so long because I was working on like a bunch of other things that I thought were good ideas as well. But finally got back to this series. We're gonna do like a stencil type thing for every background that will be a part of this series. Will have like this similar theme. Like the Dank series is just like flat, solid colors, and that was kind of like the background theme for that. Um, the paradigm shift. Damn, I forgot the name of my own art. The paradigm shift series is very abstract, um, very high motion type backgrounds, and so that was the overall theme for that series pertaining to the backgrounds. And so for this one, the backgrounds are going to be flat for the most part, like the Dank series, but have this extra layer of texture and shape with the stencils. So I have like these really like Victorian style stencils on this one, double layered with the gold, like 2 tones of gold. And this is a part of the Whispered series where the viewer is asked to participate in the painting and come up with your own narrative, create your own little story about what is being said, what kind of information is being shared, what little secret is being told, and just capturing, friends and people in this one little instant where just that small little secret is whispered. And so, yeah, like I said, this is part 2 to the Whisper series, and I think it's coming along nicely. Like I said, I was having a lot of fun working on this piece until I picked up these commissions. So I have to finish this painting for this guy. Well, I have to finish the 2 paintings for this guy before I can get back to working on this. But so far, the first layer came out pretty good. The background took me hours because I kept fucking up. For some reason, I could not get that center stenciled lined up properly. No lie, I painted over the background like 5 times. Not even exaggerating at all. I painted over it so many times that it actually got like, oh, it's hard to see, but there's like a little bit of texture on the canvas because the paint kept caking up and building up on the canvas, and it was kind of fucking me up a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie, yo, at one point I was so frustrated I was about to just like toss the whole fucking canvas and start back over from scratch. But I already had like the sketch was already on the canvas, and already used like all that paint, all the yellow paint for the background. It was like fuck, but I could not get them stencils right. So I took my time. Did she tell me the secret? Oh, no, that's the whole part. That's the whole cool part for me too. I don't even know. I don't even ask. No. And then the first installment of the piece, I photographed this lovely couple in New York, and I told them what I wanted to do, and I just said whisper something, and then she was like, "What?" I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. You guys whisper something to him, and she said something. He started busting out laughing, and she was like, "You want to know what I said?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't. I don't want to know. That's between you, you know." And so now, like I say, I always get to play along too, because I don't want to know what's being said. I get to make up my own story. I get to craft my own narrative for where were they at, and what prompted this little secret, and who were they around that they didn't want everybody to hear it, and it's like, and then right after that, what happens right after she whispers this little thing, And so it's this whole story. I can play with it too. And so that's one of the main aspects that I like about the Whisper is that we all can just like have fun with it. The skin, well, that's just the underpainting, and so right on her forehead is a lot of shadows, and so for the underpainting, I just made the skin kind of like bluish, like a bluish purplish color, because that's those that area is going to transition into mostly shadows. Um, hmm. I don't know where my photo folder. Where's my photo folder for those images? I really don't know. Is this it? You see how the sun is hitting her face and like there's like half in shadows on her forehead. I'm not sure if that's what you were like referring to, but yeah, it'll look way different when it's done though. Yeah, I actually took this photo. Like, I'm not a great photographer, but I try. And believe it or not, we were only out for like a couple of hours, and I had already gotten like 3 or 4 like pretty decent photos in like an hour or so. Kind of impressed, you know. And there's a photo from a different location we were at. I almost used that one instead, but I chose this one because I like the pose the best. And this is the other painting I'm doing. Is well, this is the reference for it. Well, the models for the yellow piece is my girlfriend is the light skinned girl. So I know both of them. Like this is this is my girlfriend and this is our friend Rose. And I've been telling Rose I wanted to paint her for a long time because she has that rich, dark, chocolatey skin. Like her skin is just like, man, look how pretty that is. Damn. I wish I was that dark, yo. Her skin is just like amazing. I like feet too, bro. You see the Todro series with the feet and the weed? Yep. Got the feet and the weed. And then in the second one, it's the feet and fruit. So well, it's honey. It's feet and strawberries and honey. And then I'm gonna do feet and flowers, which is that's kind of like flowers already, but like some petunias. I don't know, like some kind of pretty flower. I don't know. I can see like not rose petals. That's like too cliche or whatever, but something like the little teeny flowers where all the kids draw the little circle and then you put all the little loops on the outside, like the little white ones and yellow ones. Not dandelions. Daffodils. I don't know. I ain't no flower guy, but whatever. But some feet. We're probably like like a pink nail polish or some shit like that, and some flowers all sprinkled around. I think that might be the next one for the feet series. And then I want to add at least 2 more to this series here. So I just need to find like a couple more couples to photograph, and then I'll have material for that. And then I was explaining yesterday, like, the next idea that I have and what I want to do is kind of like this weird thing. So it may look more like comic bookish, kind of like that style. Probably, more like that style and not like that style. Because I want to tell like a story, another narrative with my paintings. Like this, the paradigm shift tells a narrative, and when you look at all the pieces together, it's this story, and you can see it like at a glance, like, oh shit. And complex ion is this growth story that you can just see immediately, and I want to try to tell like more. I want to use separate canvases to build up to this one story, this one narrative where if you take a piece out of it, you won't be able to see the complete story if a piece is missing. Unlike the rest of my series, just like this Dank series, if you take a piece away from the Dank series, I mean, they can stand fine by themselves, independent of each other. But I want to do like a couple of series where you can't do that. Like, you have to have all the pieces together. You have to have every painting and see all of them at the same time in order for it to make sense. So that's my next task to myself, is to come up with visuals for this narrative that I want to tell. And so I've been like just researching like photo references and stuff for a couple of days. So we'll see how this turns out. It's hard out here for a pimp. But I gotta try to stay creative. That's the hard part. Is not trying to make something new, but make something different. Because we've been making stuff for a long time. We've been telling stories and making music and making art for a long time. So it's definitely hard to come up with a completely new, original concept or theme for any creative process. But just taking the old and trying to rearrange it in a different way to tell a narrative, That's what I be trying to do. Cause the narrative I want to tell, that shit is not new. It's like one of the oldest motherfucking thought experiments ever. But I do want to like tell it in my own way. Yeah. Let's see how that goes. So I actually I've actually been out the house most of the day this morning. Had to take a trip somewhere real quick. But now that I'm back, when I got back I was hungry as shit, so I ate a late lunch. Had some sushi just now. But now my stomach is full, and I think it's time to get these brushes wet. Put the paint to the canvas, I gotta start writing some music about painting. On Lupe Fiasco's last album, man, he has this one song called Mr. Mural.
and it's this guy comes to interview this painter and just asks him questions about his art and his craft and like, you know, what does your art represent and why do you create art? And so just like this artist lets this guy come into his studio for a brief interview. And so he just tells the guy, like, you know, this is why I make art and this is why I do what I do. And then he winds up using the he winds up using the person as a model for his next painting. Which I thought was just so cool. So cool. A whole song about a painter in his studio. That was so dope to me. I listened to that song like 25 times when I first heard it. But now I'm in my studio and oh, what I was saying, yeah, I just came home and shit, had to eat lunch and get my stomach full and whatnot. But now I need to go throw on some paint clothes so I can start painting. Still on these paint clothes so I can start painting. Ooh, that beat hit hard though, right?
think? What do you think? On the scale of 1 to 10, I don't even give them like 9s myself. I be giving them like 6s and 7s. Most of these shits would be like 5s for real. I ain't gonna lie, man. Most of these beats be like a 5. I haven't made a beat in a while though. Like, uh-oh. I don't even remember, like, I thought there was a way you can tell, like, what date it was, but maybe not. Anyway. I got a trippy ass sound. Yeah. I don't know why all my beats sound the same though. But I guess that's how you know other producers too, because as soon as you hear that shit, you be like, oh, that sound like a Scott Storch or a Hit Boy or sound like a Switch Beats or whatever. Like, motherfuckers do be having like a certain sound to their beat. Just like whoever made all of motherfucking The Baby. Whoever made all his beats, all that nigga beats sounds the same. Every beat The Baby get on. The one dude who was making all the beats for Pop Smoke. As soon as you hear them, those drill type beats, you're like, oh, that's that producer. But back in the day, man, there's these two dudes named the Runners. Man, I used to love their beats, yo. They made beats for like a lot of like New York and Philly niggas back in the day. Bass banging on this right here. back through these old beats. I haven't listened to some of them in a long time though. Alright, let me just listen to like a couple more. What was another good one? I don't know. I don't even remember this one. This is called Conversation. Now I made it, so when I hear it, I'm be like, oh, it's that one. But right now I can't even think like how does beat even went. Let's see. A lot of pianos on here. No, that shit was dope. I really did forget about that one. That shit dope. I might have to rearrange these in a different folder because I hate to delete any of these things since I did like take the time to craft them. But I do need a folder for like the good beats. I think that one could make it into the good beat folder. Alright, I'm playing one more. I can't think. Alright, look. Oh, did y'all guys just leave out? I can't tell if anybody's in here now. My counter says 0. I was going to let somebody pick the next track, but I'll do it myself. So I kind of remember Fun Pop. That was like a really up tempo type beat. All my beats got like synth chords in it and all that shit. But then there's this other one called Crime Fighter, and I can't really remember what that one sounds like. So I'm going to play Crime Fighter. Alright, enough of the beats. Enough of the beats. I need to get back to painting. That was fun though. You know what I'm saying? That was fun. Back on the beats for an hour. Back on the beats for an hour. But now I have to disconnect the Bluetooth from here so I can connect the phone back because I need the iPad to use the picture. Alright. Now if I put that there, oh man.
It can't be. Did you download from the link below this video?
No, I didn't.
Then you must have downloaded.